Seamus, what time is the Champions League quarter-final draw? 1 second, mate, 1 second. Hello? Oh, Phil Cannon, how is my head of youth development? Good, mate, good. Now listen, how can I help you here? Oh, nice, a new youth intake just got dropped off. Fantastic, mate, I will be right down to have a look. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 92 of the Hearts of Midlothian save, and today we have a Scottish Cup replay, correct myself, against Rangers, a quarter-final replay, of course, against them, and then we play Dundee in the league. But as you've just heard, we do have our new youth intake, and we have two really good players I'm excited about. The first one here is Brian McDonald, a good, young, box-to-box midfielder. Now, we are a little bit short in midfielders this year, so he could find himself up in the first-team squad sooner rather than later. Already 15 passing as a 16-year-old, which is absolutely stunning. Please, game, just let me go over to his thing. Okay, well, you'll just have to look, you know where the attributes are. Work rate and teamwork are teamwork are really good. Natural fitness is good, and stamina, which is good for a box-to-box midfielder. Lots of 9s and 10s up in the attacking, finishing, first touch, dribbling zone. Really happy with him. I'm really excited. I think he's going to be a good player for us. Brian Moffat as a striker. We have enough strikers. We don't necessarily need young strikers, but you can never have enough good young players. Off the ball is good with this guy. Decisions are good as well. Finishing could do a little bit of work, but composure's there. I think he'll be a decent player. Two other maybes here. Scott Moffat, I don't know if they're any relation. 15, so he's young. Good dribbling at 13. His crossing lets him down if he's going to be a left winger. He's got decent pace though. I just feel like with Anthony Turner, we don't need a young left winger coming through. And James Thompson, a young goalkeeper. You can never have enough club-trained goalkeepers in a squad, can you? It really helps with registering sort of European squads to have club-trained young goalkeepers. So hopefully he'll come through for us. So I don't ever expect him to be a starting goalkeeper, probably number 2 or number 3 at the absolute maximum. Everybody else there is not going to make it. But we've got two, I think, not definites, but probables. And at the level we're playing at now, Champions League level, to get two really good players through your youth intake it's pretty good, isn't it? Now, before we get to this episode proper, we've got one game to catch you up on since last episode. That was our trip to Hamilton in the league. We fell behind when former player Ewan Henderson found himself unmarked. But we drew level before halftime and McDonald's cross was deflected into the Hamilton net. We wasted no time taking the lead after the break, when Lang threaded an impossible pass through the Hamilton defence for an unmarked Turner. And the floodgates opened midway through the half, with first John Clare's deflected shot getting our third, before Turner smashed in a loose ball for his second, and Clare found space to round out the scoring with a good finish. So there we go. It was a poor first half, but we really kicked on second half. Turner with a double, Clare with a double. You can see it was a bit more of a rotated team. We tried Brewster up front. He doesn't work up front. I don't know why. He should. He has all the attributes. He's supposed to be a natural striker, and he just cannot score to save himself. So I don't know what it is about him, but he's not. I think his time at Hearts is coming to a close. We did give a debut to Fraser Sharp. Yeah, again, I don't know if he's going to. We just needed a striker on the bench, basically, but it didn't really work. Dreer played okay in central defence, which is good. Overall, it was a good, solid performance. If you have a look at what that means for the league table, it's as you were at the top. 6 points ahead of Rangers, 10 ahead of Celtic with a game in hand on them. And you can see the top 3 have well and truly kicked clear, all guaranteed ourselves Champions League football for next year. It's just a matter of who goes into qualifying, and the top 2, of course, go straight into the group stage. Speaking of the Champions League, we should have our quarter-final draw this episode. In between the two games is when I think it's going to take place. If we have a look at who's available to get, Lyon is probably the only one left that I would fancy us against. Barcelona, Liverpool, Man United, assuming they beat Celtic, holding a 2-0 lead there. Man City and Real Madrid. Paris in a little bit of trouble. Away from home, they got against Leipzig in this second leg. That could be a little bit more difficult for them. Actually, no, they'll be going home, won't they, for the second leg? So, yeah, work to do for Paris, but let's not worry about them right now, because right now we are worried about this quarterfinal replay against Rangers. You can see we are the favourite, albeit they are in a little bit better form than we are. Still a Philip Cocu coach team, balanced, direct style. Now, we are expecting them to come out and play against us like this. Now, that's not how they've played against us recently. They have been going to the 4-1-4-1 formation. This is their positional heat map, their passing network. Now, I've been trying to take a little bit more note of the passing network. It looks here like they do like to play out from the back into sort of into the middle and then out to the wings. So we're going to try and choke up the middle of the field, stop them from playing out where we can. We can see there their key passes tend to be in and around the penalty area. So this is the team we're sending out. Amar in goal. It's Taylor, but we don't want Taylor as an attacking fullback, just to support. Thank you very much. O'Connor, Coping and Johnson. Cochrane and Dominguez in midfield. Edie, Hartford and Lancaster in behind Cameron. Now, a few things to make you aware of here. Carlson's on the bench. He's not fully fit yet, but he's there if we need him. He who has signed a new contract, so that's good. He's happy to stay another 4 years, $10,500 a week. You'll notice there's no interest in him, but he is match fatigued for this one, which is why he doesn't start. Other things to catch you up on is this is the young striker we've called into the first team squad, Calvin Foster. I think he's a better prospect than his name was Fraser Sharp. Mentally, he lacks a little bit. Off the ball isn't great. Composure, concentration, those aren't great either. Anticipation, but he's only 17. He's developing nicely. So hopefully, even just training with the first team squad, we'll see him kick on a little bit here for us. So this is it. This is the team. We're going to try and be compact and at the same time sort of close them down. So counter press, just try and stop their passing game. Let's see if it works. I think when we used to play them, we went with a DM as well, but I just feel like we're maybe a better team than we were back then. And yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes. What do we want to say? Let's just want you to pick up where you left off last time. Go out there, give the fans their money's worth. Let's try that. Go out there, give the fans their money's worth. Some calm, we have faith. When I look back at that first leg, when I was editing the episode together last time out, we really should have won that game, shouldn't we? Brewster couldn't score to save himself. I think they scored from pretty much their only highlight. And it really was a missed opportunity. So hopefully, we're not going to see a repeat of that here. We'll get the job done second time of asking. But I do worry a little bit that, that we've let ourselves down in the first leg. And now we've given ourselves a mountain to climb here at Ibrox. But we'll see how we do. We beat Bayern Munich at their home ground, so there's no reason why we can't beat Rangers at theirs as well. Let's keep going with the Get Creatives. It's been a bit of a cagey affair so far. Neither team has had a highlight, but here we go with one now. Let's hope it's going to be for us. Coping brings it out of defence like he does. It's there for Cochrane. What's he got? In there for Hartford. Look, we've got space out wide. Hartford drives through the middle. Lucky there. Dominguez finds Edie, who's got a good turn of pace. Can he get a cross in? No, he cannot, and I tell you what, we're going to hit early crosses in because I can already have this horrible feeling that we are about to get hit on the break here. Egerton, of course, one of our old boys, he's almost certainly going to come back and haunt us. Oh, they've gone to the back post. Oh, and Amar can't make a save that looked like he possibly should have. Greg Taylor's been caught out there. We've seen this before against the Glasgow teams. Our wingers, or their wingers, tend to catch our fullbacks out. I was hoping by sitting a little further back that that wouldn't happen. He's hit it early. I do wonder if we could have done a little bit better there, though. Come on, boys. Show some passion here. Show a bit of fight. Show something. All right, come on. Let's win this ball back high up the pitch, please. Here we go. Lancaster comes to closing down. There's the goal scorer for Morales, who's been a very dangerous player against us. Egerton gets the cross in. Oh, not again! Greg Taylor, what the hell are you doing there, mate? What the hell are you doing? I'd say mark your man, but you're with him. You did everything right. You just didn't put a friggin' challenge in. It's 2-0. It's probably a little bit late to be doing that now, but we need to be better. Come on, boys. Demand more. There was absolutely nothing in this game. And then they just sort of hit us with a double blow there. It's going to be an aggressive, what the hell are you doing, boys? Show me something different second half. I'm wondering if we go to the 5-3-2 formation here. We can probably do it without changing too much, if I'm honest. Not that one. This one. We can throw him there. Him there. Edie's the man we have to sacrifice for Proctor, which is fine. We can do that. Really wish I had Dimitri Mitchell on the bench at this point, I've got to say. Let's do that. Everything else there looks fine. Let's switch those two around, actually. And we'll go like that. We'll get stuck in as well because we need to try and Yeah, we need to turn this thing around, don't we? Let's not counter-press, perhaps. Let's just do that, and let's see how that plays out for us. We need to do something, because it's clearly not working, is it? So, show some passion, and let's get ourselves back in this game, please, boys. Here we go. A corner. Dominguez knocks it in. It's off the post! We can't turn it in, and somehow the goalkeeper has found the ball in his hands, and that is extremely frustrating. Come on. Oh, don't do this to me, boys. Don't do this to me. Let's demand a bit more. Come on. Who do we want to change? We need to defend this better. Please. That's not really what we needed, and we've got away with one there again. Defensively, we've been an absolute horror show. All right, Proctor. Come on, mates. Show us why you should be in the team more often. I do think we're moving a little bit past Archie Proctor. He hasn't completely developed how I would have. I mean, he's got us this far, so it's a bit harsh on him to say he hasn't really developed. Here we go. There's a decent ball in. Cameron's there, and Cameron heads in the ball. It's 2-1, and we're back alive in this game. And should we have started the game in this formation? I mean, the evidence suggests perhaps yes, we definitely should have. Let's demand more of that. Look at the space that Taylor had. And it's a good ball in Innes Cameron. That's a good header, isn't it? Maybe not quite as emphatic as we would have liked. The goalkeeper did get a hand to it. But he's got us back in this game, and we're still alive. We're still fighting for this third Scottish Cup in a row. We're looking the better team all of a sudden here, aren't we? Shouldn't have said that. He's been knocked off the ball. Now, is it Cameron's going to be sent off? Oh, Cameron, you absolute moron. Just as we get back into the game, he goes and does that. Well, I did have get stuck in on, didn't I? Maybe we need to remove that at this point. We don't want to go another man down. The problem that we have here is that the strikers are actually defensive players because they man mark. So we might have to take Hartford off here. How's Hartford's not playing the best anyway. We'll bring Carlos on to play up there and just make sure that he is, he's man marking. So that's fine. I mean, at this point, we probably need Carlos on there anyway, just for that little bit of X factor that we know he can bring. Innes Cameron, you muppet, what have you done? I did take get stuck in off, didn't I? Oh, what? He's got to be offside, surely, ref. Okay, I did take get stuck in off, didn't I? Yeah, we've got a lot of bookings. Maybe stay on feet though. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Let's look to exploit the flank. Let's hit early crosses. We need to be more expressive now as well, don't we? And Darnell Johnson's injured himself. We do have Diallo on the bench who can play over there, so that's fine. Just trust me, he can play over there. Doesn't look like it, but he can. And he's going to. Come on, boys. Get creative here. Get creative. Is there... I mean, extra time isn't really ideal. We are down to 10 men, but... We've got to try and stay in this competition if we can. We'll deal with the Dundee game when we get there. Are we going to get hit on the break here? Oh, it's gone drifting over his head. I think that's Archie Proctor. He goes to close him down. Amar with a punch. Can we get in front of this? It's no shot, so we've held him up there a little bit, which is good, but the highlight's continuing. It's becoming a very, very long highlight, and I just fear a little bit here the game's about to be killed off. Oh, I'm so frustrated in this camera. We were just looking as though we were getting back on top of them. Where are you going, mate? Where are you going? Cross comes in, and there it is. Carlos, he tracked his man the whole way back, and then just at the last minute, he's decided he's done enough, and he's just going to run off. Look at this. He's done the hard work. He's tracked him, and then he stopped. I mean, that's the problem, isn't it, with strikers being used in sort of with defensive roles like that. But unfortunately, let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, we're not done yet. We could find ourselves yet getting absolutely destroyed here. I really felt like we were getting on top in that game. We'd already pulled one back. You could see with the match stats that we were getting more and more shots on goal. Porty O'Connor's had an absolute nightmare. I tell you what, that shot's not much better. Yeah, I just felt like we were really getting back on top of it. I feel like certainly the more likely it was more likely to go 2-2 than 3-1 at that point. And then that silly challenge from Innes Cameron. And that is that. We've essentially gifted Rangers. That's potentially another red card there. With the teams that are left in the competition, look at that. We've arguably been the better team, even though we did go down to 10 men. Yeah, that was not good, boys. Let's go assertive. So there we go. Dreams of 3 in a row dashed. Dreams of a treble dashed. Darnell Johnson, fractured ribs, not great. We'll send him to a specialist. Just try and get him back as quick as possible. Yeah, 3 to 4 weeks. That's going to mean we don't have him for a potential Champions League quarter final, which isn't ideal. He's banned for 1 game. I'm gonna issue him a warning. I'm not gonna fine him, but I'm definitely issuing a warning because that was a silly thing to do. Anyway, guys, wait right there. We'll be back for Dundee. Let's cleanse our systems with a bit of a thrashing. Okay, let's put that behind us. We have a Champions League quarter-final draw. Let's put 1 quarter-final nightmare behind us and look forward to another one. All right, 2 can we get here? Behind my head, it is Barcelona, Liverpool, Man United, and Paris. They did come back to beat RB Leipzig. It's ourselves, obviously, Man City, Lyon, and Real Madrid. I mean, Lyon is the only one there I look at and think maybe, I'll be honest. We played Barcelona last year and we never really got close to them. We've beaten Spurs. Liverpool, Man City, and Man United are probably a step up on them. Real Madrid, isn't it? And Paris is Paris. Let's see what we get. First team out of the hat is Liverpool. I mean, you'd rather be away from home first. They get Man City. That's a mouth-watering tie. Here goes Paris. We knocked us out last year. They get Man United. Lyon is still there. Is it going to be Lyon? Oh, it is. It is. Well. I mean, it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, but it does just give us a chance, doesn't it? That is really good. Let's have a quick look at their starting 11. I don't know if we want to. Who's scoring their goals for them? Bernard Traore. So it looks like they play with a number 10 and winger, so sort of a 4-2-3-1. Nabil Fekir's qualities. I mean, they're going to have good quality players, but you just wonder if that gives us a little bit more of a chance than basically any of those other. I mean, it does. It just does. But let me know what you think in the comments. Can we beat Lyon? Okay, welcome back. I'm ready to put an absolute hiding on somebody to flush out the frustration of that Rangers game. We're up against Dundee. Now, they're not a horrible team. They've fallen off recently. You can see they're actually in quite poor form, but maybe we could give them a hiding here. Lee Bullen is their manager. They're a cautious, standard playing style. You can see here how we're expecting them to play in the 4-4-2. Positional heat map there. You can see very, very spread out. We should be able to find some space in the center of their midfield, I should hope. There's their passing network and also their key passes. And this is the team that we are sending out. We're going to stick. I feel like we're playing better in this formation right now, which is annoying because we have some very, very good wingers. But we seem to be getting better results. Now, we do have an international break coming up after this game, so we can play a strong team and know that it doesn't really affect us too much. So Amar goes in goal. It's Hu, Proctor, and Dreer as the back 3. Lang down the right. It's Taylor down the left. Dozzle and Turnbull in midfield. It's Hartford in behind Carlos and Lancaster. Now, the reason that Taylor is starting ahead of Dimitri Mitchell here, we've promised Taylor more first-team football, which is frustrating I had to do that. Basically, what had happened, you can see they are playing the 4-4-2, is that I'd been saving Taylor for the bigger games, and so he wasn't playing. He was sort of missing out a lot of the ins and outs of the Scottish League game, and so we yes, we must improve from our last outing. So what do you want to say to that? There is a thing here, isn't there, to say that? I'm expecting to see a much better performance today. Yeah, so basically he got annoyed because he wasn't playing all the games. And I wish, one thing, if there is to happen in FM20, I wish there would be a way to tell a player, I'm saving you for the big games. You will play the big games. There's no real way to explain that to them as things stand when you have the private interaction with them. So, yeah, it was a little bit frustrating. So we've had to promise him more football. So that's why he's playing this instead of Dimitri Mitchell. What I might even look to do is come second half is maybe even bring Dimitri Mitchell on. We do have, I think I put Uche on the bench as well, so we might look to get him on second half. Particularly, depending, it doesn't really matter how things are going, because if it's going well, it's a good opportunity to give him some game time, and if it's not going well, then we probably need him. That is horrible defending from Turnbull. He's just let Miller run straight past him, and luckily for us, that ball went over the bar. I'm wondering if they're going to counter-attack, actually, if we should maybe lower down the tempo, if they're just going to look to sit back. But maybe just be a bit more expressive at the same time. Let's get creative here. Come on, boys. let's get some goals, please, and thank you. It's going to be a pretty horrible episode if we don't get goals, isn't it? Show some passion, boys. Come on. Yeah, there is not much happening. They're making it difficult for us, I would suggest. We'll give it a demand more when we can here. There we go. Lang's not having a great day. Neither is Taylor down the left. Yeah, well, that happened. What do we say to that? I mean, it was disappointing. There's no... I didn't... It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? I can't even yell at them properly when I want to yell at them now. Some calm. We expect more. We're not happy from the guys that aren't playing well. I'm really annoyed I didn't get to yell at them. It's just building up the frustration from that Rangers game. I'm ready to explode right now. Come on, boys. All right, and then some calm. We have faith in everybody else. Come on, boys. Let's just get out there. Just do your thing. Do we want to make any changes? I don't think we do right now. We'll wait and see how we start off this half. The players that aren't playing here that you would maybe expect, the likes of Coping, of O'Connor, it was Cochrane and Dominguez as well, match fatigued, which is why we don't see them starting this one. Neither fullback is playing well. Lang it's down to a 6-3. I wonder, alright, let's try exploiting the flank, see if we can get ourselves in that way. Let's try raising this tempo as well, try ping it around a little bit quicker. I'm going to call it on Greg Taylor, because we do have Dimitri Mitchell there. We know he's a very good player for us going forward. And we're going to call it on Lancaster as well, who just doesn't seem to have the same effect as a striker as he does playing as a winger. He's not bad as a number 10, actually, either. He does do okay there. Let's get creative. Let's be attacking. Boys, we cannot drop points here. Alright, think. How do we fix this? Let's get stuck in. Higher line. We'll counter press. We've got to try and win this ball back. Let's just get the ball into the box. We'll go back to being expressive. What I don't want is to be sucker punched here, if I'm honest, but... Oh, why did I hit cancel? I'm having one of those days, aren't I? I'm just having one of those days. What did I cancel? Nothing, apparently. Alright. Let's tell them to push forward. And... There's a minute to go. Is it going to be late heartbreak or is it going to be late glory? We've seen recently when we haven't been playing that well in the league, and we have seen recently that we've got some late goals, but we don't have Buckley in there today to get it for us. They lump it forward. Can we win that? We should get the second ball. Dreer is there. What's he going to do for us? 30 seconds to go. Is this end of game? I think it started a little bit too early to be end of game. Dozzle for Hartford. Come on, Hartford. A little bit of magic from you, please. Turnbull. Come on, mate. He goes there. There we go. Lang's done absolutely nothing all game, and he does nothing there as well. And that is going to be a 0-0 draw away to Dundee. We've had some good times with Hearts recently. This episode has not been one of them. We were really, really poor there. I didn't get to yell at them at half-time, which was annoying. I'm certainly going to yell at them now, though. So there we go, all square at Dens Park. We've got those sort of games in us, don't we? I don't care that they parted company. I'll do that afterwards. Yeah, you should be reviewing my Fury. I'm really, really annoyed. Norwich want Amar. Tell you what, 20 million, you can have him. But there we go. We have a quick check at what that's done to the league table. Rangers are yet to play. But with a game in hand, they could potentially go to 4 points back of us. And that's really, really disappointing, to be honest. It's just been a disappointing episode. Sorry about that, guys. Sympathy thumbs up, please. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And what we'll do is we'll come back next time. What I think we'll do is we'll do Rangers away in the league, because that's huge. We'll skip over the Motherwell game because it doesn't really mean anything. And I want to get to this Lyon series. So we'll have two massive, massive away games. We need to improve. So it'll be Rangers away in the league, Lyon away in the Champions League, quarter-final first leg. That's all for next time, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.